Hello. So I want to talk about tattoos and uh, what people do to other people, I guess, that have tattoos. First, I just want to say the biggest difference with someone with tattoos and people without tattoos is not who we are as people. That doesn't mean, that I'm stupid or, I'm crazy or I like to party or whatever. I guess there's some stigma about people who have tattoos and that they lead this crazy lifestyle. I'm a normal person. I'm just very colorful. And I like being colorful. And I think the biggest difference is, I don't care whether or not you have tattoos. Been a lot of people without tattoos and that live in their, little houses with their white picket fence and their 2.5 children, have an issue with people who choose to artistically express themselves on their skin. I think that's crummy. I live in a little town, only about 10,000 people in this town, and rarely can I go out to dinner with my long-term boyfriend and my daughter without getting some sort of strange look or somebody saying something that my 5-year-old daughter can hear, and I'm not really cool with that. I'm not real confrontational, although sometimes I wish I were, because I'm trying to teach my daughter that no matter what people look like or people do or whatever, it doesn't mean that it has some effect on their personality. Outward appearances really don't mean much. Of course, everyone likes to be attractive and everyone likes to feel attractive, and I'm the same. I don't like to hear things like, how dare she, act like that in front of her daughter. Really? Because how am I acting in front of my daughter? I'm pretty sure I'm doing the same thing you're doing. I'm trying to have a nice, peaceful dinner with my family. So that's really not cool, and the dirty looks aren't cool or whatever. If you don't like my tattoos, look the other way. Don't, be passive aggressive and say things under your breath or whatever. Wait till I'm gone. This gossipy, bitchy culture that we live in, it really sucks. Like, it really does suck. And if I cared what you thought of me, I would go lay in a tanning bed for hours and bleach my hair and make duck face pictures and post them all over Facebook, And I don't, judge you for that, but I'm just saying, that's really not cool. Especially not in front of my daughter, who, looks up to me and thinks I'm the greatest thing since string cheese. Another thing is, a lot of women that I know, and I consider myself attractive. I know I'm not Cindy Crawford or whatever, but I know I didn't get hit by a Mack truck or whatever. A lot of attractive women who have tattoos get a lot of unwelcome attention, and that's not the reason we get tattoos. We don't care what you think about our tattoos, and it's not an invitation for you to touch, especially women with large chest pieces. I have a large chest piece, and a lot of men think that it's okay to touch, and it's not. It's also not okay to ask, hey baby, how far down does that tattoo go? Because basically you're saying, hey, let me see your tits, and that's not going to happen, and it's creepy. Go away. I'm really not a bitch, I promise. But it's just not cool. And it happens more than you would think. another thing is, yes, I know I have a lot of tattoos, and maybe you appreciate my tattoos, and thank you very much, for letting me know that you appreciate the artwork that I have on my body. That's very flattering. I appreciate that. But on the other side of that coin, that doesn't mean I want to see all of your tattoos. I guess most of the people who show me their tattoos have a lot of nasty at-home tattoos that were done with some ink from a ballpoint pen or melted plastic and a sewing needle, and I don't want to see that. And if I did want to see your tattoos, I would ask you if I could, and not only that, but I wouldn't do it at the supermarket. I would do it in an appropriate venue, such as a tattoo convention or something of that matter. I don't really care. And also it's kind of creepy, there was a couple, it was, they were very flattering, they were very nice, and they told me, that my tattoos were beautiful and I was a pretty girl, and they enjoyed my artwork. But then they commenced to, lifting shirts up and pulling pants up and showing tattoos or whatever, and I was a little creeped out by that, and I didn't really know how to excuse myself politely. So I just kind of, sat around and said, oh, that's really cool. And now I'm not saying that I'm judging you for having at-home tattoos or whatever. Your choice is your choice, but I would recommend that you do something a little bit safer, like going to see your local tattoo artist, because those tattoos are going to be beautiful. The color is going to be more vibrant for longer. And I'm not saying there's not horrible tattoo artists in shops, because there are. Just be careful who you go to. I've gotten a horrible tattoo myself, and I have to live with it. And unfortunately, it was a great big tribal piece that I got when I was like a teenager, so it wasn't it wasn't very lovely, and I got it from somebody who was apprentice, and I made the mistake of not going through their albums and seeing what kind of artwork they did, which everybody's got to start somewhere, and I understand that, but just be picky about your tattoo artist. Another thing is I don't care what I'm going to look like when I'm 80, and people ask all the time, what are you going to do when you're old and wrinkled and you have all those tattoos? And well, hopefully I'm not old and wrinkled. I take really good care of my skin. I have a really strict skin care regimen. I wear sunscreen every day. I don't tan my skin unnaturally. I don't do anything to my skin that would be harmful. I make sure that I take care of it, and if that means I'm as pasty as Casper the Friendly Ghost, then so be it. Which I'm not, too bad, but that's what I do to make sure that I'm going to be attractive when I'm 80. Of course, I don't have a problem with aging. So the fact that I'm going to get wrinkles when I'm 80 doesn't really bother me, and neither does the fact that I'm going to have tattoos in combination with my wrinkles. That doesn't really bother me at all. So your question is invalid. Thanks for asking it, but it's invalid, and I really have no answer to satisfy your query. Another thing is, I don't get a tattoo or tattoos because I'm looking for some sort of approval. I don't get my tattoos because I think they're cool. I get them because I think they're beautiful, and I guess I have a collection of beautiful artwork on my skin because I feel that it adds to my personal aesthetic. I like the way it looks. I'm very happy with how attractive I think they make me feel. Now, on that, that being said, what I think is attractive is not the same as what you think is attractive. You know, telling somebody that body modification is not attractive is a silly thing, because I'm pretty sure you cut your hair, and I'm pretty sure you shave your legs or your face or whatever it may be. I'm sure you might have your ears pierced, or breast augmentation or plastic surgery. All of these things are body modification. Tattoos are not the only form, and ear stretching is not the only form, and facial piercings are not the only form of body modification. So before you judge somebody for modifying their body, you might want to take a step back and realize that you modify your body every day. We just do it in a different manner. So, you know, and I don't think a lot of people realize that what they're doing is body modification, especially women with, you know, breast augmentation. That's an extreme form of body modification. I mean, I go into a tattoo shop and I sit in a chair, and I don't have to have, you know, I don't have to have any sort of anesthetic that could put my life in danger to get my tattoos. So, you know, that's a big issue that I have. Also, I'm not trying to be different. I'm happy with who I am. I try to express myself the way I feel like. So that's my piece.